Hello, and welcome to Brain Drain. We are in our next installment of Meet Your New Neighbors. Today we have an exciting guest with us, Mikhail, and we're very eager to hear what he has to say. And also want to just do a little bit of housekeeping. Constantine is a little bit underneath the weather, so he will not be joining us today. Maybe he might make a Lazarus appearance sometime during the show, but let's not count on it. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Eric.
Yeah, thanks, Manus. And welcome to Meet Your New Neighbors, our weekly Monday show where we try to highlight exciting individuals that Brain Drain is in the process of either helping come to the US or helping process their files. Every week we try to introduce either someone from our side of the pond or the other side of the pond that's trying to come to the United States. So today our guest is Mikhail. And Mikhail is a tech specialist. He specializes in backend infrastructure. He's a gaming developer. He's a leader of tech teams, and he's got more than 15 years of experience in the industry. So he's developed games out of Kazakhstan, out of Almaty, for a company called Playrix. And his games have been played by over 100 million active users. Games that he's helped develop. He's also mentored people in his career, and we're very excited to talk to him today. So with that, welcome, Mikhail. Maybe just to start off, could you give us a little introduction and just tell us a little bit about yourself and about maybe how you ended up where you're at? Just where did you come from? How did you get to where you are?
Okay, yeah, first of all, hello, thank you for having me. I was born in St. Petersburg, studied in ITMO University. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science, and my master's says something about system analysis and management in technological entrepreneurship. That's a whole another story. But yeah, 15 years of experience developing, games most of all. First met my passion to programming somewhere in my childhood, I believe, in school years. And I'm doing that since then. And as for where I am right now, in 2022, I moved from Russia to Kazakhstan. And settled here, and now yes, I'm working for Playrix. It's a worldwide company, but it has presence in Kazakhstan too. So that's a very brief story.
Nice. You're a man of similar tastes. I'm kind of the same. I started in that computer world early on. I've got a computer science degree myself, so we speak the same language. So if you're like me, you've probably seen a lot of things change in the industry over the years. What are some of the big changes you've seen?
Yeah, definitely so. The industry is changing very fast every day. What changes, what stays the same? I think one of the major things that changed is it has become such easier to get into the industry. Lots of material you can find and learn. And I think you don't even have to learn on some paid courses, because all you need is just time and your own effort. You can find valuable material however many you like. Sorry for my English.
Yeah.
It's become easier to get into. It has become easier to develop, to start. It's a good and bad thing at the same time, because for an employer, it's become harder to find a good engineer, someone who can build the product not only today to make it work, but to make it reliable, to make it work tomorrow and in the year after tomorrow. And so that is a bit of a challenge.
I find that as well. I find that with the rise and all of the vibe coding tools and things like, it becomes easier for people to build things that they don't necessarily understand what they built. So I, as a developer, end up debugging all the code that people think they can they can produce. So that's really important to have that fundamental background of your computer science degree to really understand how applications are developed, how to manage teams, things like that. No, that's a great background. So in your university, when you studied, you said you've got a computer science specialty.
Yeah.
Did you study like I did, like the whole stack, systems programming all the way up, or did you have a specialty?
I think it's closer to the whole stack all the way up. So yeah, all the technology, it's layer upon layer upon layer, beginning from Ohm's law and how physics works, how transistors work, how assembly works, and somewhere in the end, you can press a button on your phone and get a pizza delivered to your doorstep.
The days of 8086 assembly. Well, I'm trying to not get too tech geeky here to bore our audience. I know I could talk tech geek with you all day, but what about, so you develop games. What about technology in your personal life? Are you a gamer on the side? Do you play games?
Yeah, I've started playing games again when I was a child, and that passion of mine, it was somewhere near that. The sparkling moment was when I realized that I myself can make a computer do exactly what I wanted to do, and also that I can make games of my own, and they can look like those games I play. Well, not at the start, but with some effort. And yeah, I've started developing games. First, I started on the visuals, and after some time, I recognized that what I love more is backend engineering, all the server and infrastructure stuff. So I shifted to there and working on that. And today I'm helping build a backend for games of Playrix. The company itself is making mobile games, and I help build an infrastructure and server code to for players to interact, for competitions, for community events, that kind of stuff.
Nice. And throughout your career now, you've moved into managing and mentoring people as well.
Yeah, I had an experience for that.
Nice.
Sorry, stuck a bit.
No. So looking back, do you have any favorite projects that you've worked on, or are there any famous games that we would know that you've produced?
You might know some of Playrix games.
Yeah.
Flagships are Gardenscapes, Homescapes, Fishdom, and Township.
Yep. Well, I've heard of those. I've heard of I haven't played them, but I've seen the advertisements for Gardenscapes and Homescapes.
Well, I'm the one responsible for server releases of Gardenscapes, among other things.
Nice. So are you in charge of making the pets come to life, right?
You can say so. But
for those of you,
my personal big project, I consider in a company I worked before, what I did was to recognize that the way the infrastructure for the flagship product of that company was built, it had servers on premises, and I recognized that this was one of major limiting factors for growing that flagship product. So I recognized that. I communicated that to company owner, and with his blessing, I built a cloud infrastructure from scratch and live
Wow.
migrated everything to there.
So you
I
completely
think,
refactored the application.
well, I won't say it was a refactoring. There's not so much writing code has been involved, more research, configuring, and putting everything together and making sure that everything goes smooth.
Nice.
So when my children are playing Roblox, it's your fault, right?
Don't have anything to do with Roblox.
That Rob.
Okay.
No, for the audience that doesn't know that, I've seen the games he mentioned. What they, what was it? Homescapes and Gardenscapes, and what they are is they're little relaxing games where you start with a garden that has nothing in it, and you play little games to earn plants and things that you can plant in your garden. So,
Okay.
so it's a relaxing little game that you.
Well, let's talk about game dev industry. It's been an exciting time in 90s, I believe. Then no one did know how to make games and how to earn money with games. So many people made a tremendous products like StarCraft, like Doom, just from the top of my mind. Now it's a whole other story because the industry knows very well how to earn, how to make a player pay, how to how do I say, with minimal effort from their side. So when you're developing, of course, you're spending resources for development, for infrastructure, for advertisement, and you have to have your business model to cover all that. So your earnings are covering your expenses.
And don't forget the surveillance architecture. And all the
I put that into marketing.
No, I joke, but that's one thing I tell with all my clients is that that's another way that games these days monetize is there are packages, data broker packages built into the games. So that's another interesting part of the industry, but I digress. So are you seeing things change now in the last couple of years? It seems to me the gaming market, like the mobile market, is pretty flooded.
Can't say about the mobile market, but what is changing is AI coming to industry and coming everywhere, and I'm excited to see what will come out of it because it affects well, everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Me too. I've been working a lot with AI and trying to see what it will do. And yeah, it's coming to every industry, every browser. So maybe we'll switch gears a little bit. You're in Kazakhstan today. You're in Almaty, but obviously you're talking to Brain Drain. And we help people come to the United States. So that leads me to think you might have some plans for the future. So do you have some future plans for further migration, or what are your career goals for the next steps?
Well, I certainly do think about the future, and now I'm on a stage, on a step that I can really expand on that because for last couple of years, I had to stabilize myself here. Legal stuff, legal status, and related issues. And because again, in 2022, everyone had to move fast. You had to go somewhere. You don't want to stay in Russia. So I did that. Now I'm here. Now I'm stable, and now I can think where to go next. And of course, I'm attracted to US as an IT specialist. Because all big tech is in US. That's a major factor for me. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm looking for opportunities.
Absolutely. And yep, I would say the US, unless you want to learn how to speak Chinese. The US
actually, Japanese is more of my passion. I'm learning a bit of my own, but that's like a hobby.
Nice. Yep.
Is it just you, or are you married? Do you have kids?
I have my significant other. We're not officially married, but we are together for more than 10 years already. And this is one of concerns of mine. So if I go to US, I don't go just alone by myself, but with my partner.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's just and your partner would want to come, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
So, so have you been to the United States?
Never been there, but I have to.
Okay.
So
have you been anywhere? Europe, anywhere in Europe?
Finland, of course, because again, it's just next to St. Petersburg.
Yes.
Traveled a bit for vacation, but I'm more of a home sitter. I come somewhere and sit there most of the time.
Okay. All right.
I'm a bit myself. You probably went over the border to go to the sauna, huh? The Finnish sauna?
No, not for that.
Well, I'm missing that joke. If it wasn't,
I've been joking with our Russian friends about going to the sauna and eating soup 24/7.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. We never got around to introducing Tamara, but Tamara's here. She's just keeping quiet, making sure that we behave. And let's see, what other questions do we have? Have we heard anything from our audience yet? That I don't know.
So, if you, in your career path, are you looking, like, say you landed your dream job in the United States, would you be looking to work for another company, or are you looking to branch off on your own? What's your ideal job? If you could land an ideal job tomorrow?
That's not a simple question, actually, for me. If you take a wider context, as a person, I'm thinking about my future, and someday I'd like to retire and have a good passive income and some quality of living. So on one side, there could be a dream job for now, but on the other, I don't want to work forever, and I would love to build something that could work without me. I think that is my dream. And as for now, I try to stay connected with myself and know myself. And from knowing myself, I know that I am not an inventor. I'm not an entrepreneur, sadly. I am more of an investor. So it goes to building passive income and also how I approach my work. So I'm not the man who brings some new idea and make it work, but I'm more of a partner for someone who has an idea, and I help this idea grow, make it stable, supported. I don't know, build the whole infrastructure and keep it safe. So I think my dream job would be launching some project I believe in with someone who gives that initial spark.
I understand. Yep. I'm a bit of the same mind in terms of it's hard to go it on your own. So it's always good to have partners that think the same.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you looking for right now, I think more of a position in a big tech company. Even now working at Playrix, it's rather big company, and there is a lot of new experience from just seeing how big company works, how decisions are made, how everything is organized, how you put hundreds of people in one room making a big project. So I think it's very valuable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So is Playrix based out of Kazakhstan, or where are they?
They're based in Dubai, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So there are offices in oh, Armenia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Serbia. I can't even remember them all. So yeah, it's an international company. But inside, most of communication is in Russian, but there are some English-speaking teams.
Well, that's the one advantage you have being in IT. By the way, your English is great. We in IT, you almost have to speak English because all of the documentation is in English. So, so
Thank you.
you're
That
in
is
the
one
right.
of things that changed because there is idiomatic questions in programming. What language should I learn if I want to start and go into IT? And 10 years ago, the answer to that question was the most important language is English. You have to learn because all the material is in English, all the communication is in English. But today, I think it's less crucial because again, lots of materials in many national languages are available.
Oh, I would agree. And with the AI online, it's so easy to
Especially
translate these days that um, it's not going to be too long that we'll be able to have the latest AirPods is supposed to have real-time translation right in the ear.
didn't hear about that.
I don't know how well it works. We do have a couple questions that came in through the Telegram, and one of them, I'm going to maybe turn this over to Manus. So Manus, we've got a visa question. So over the weekend, there was some announcements changed about the H-1B visa that are trying to happen. Can you maybe illuminate the audience on that and give an opinion?
It's a proclamation, if you want to call it that, coming from the White House, stating that those who are coming in under the temporary visa, the HB1, are now subject to increased ID scrutiny when they come to the border, and $150,000 bond. Uh, uh, this has no effect on the EB1 or the EB2 category. The HB visa is for an employer to bring an employee, and the employer is responsible for all the the expenses. So if I was to bring an employee, I would have to pay that bond if that bond holds up in scrutiny or litigation or anything along those lines. I think it's it's just a way to get yourself in the headlines. I don't know how else to phrase it.
Yeah, that's what I've told people. Number one, we're at Brain Drain. We're not. Well, we would help somebody if that's the only option, but that's not the visa type we're specializing in. The H-1B visa is tied to an employer, meaning that your employer decides your fate. And the types of visas we're helping people attain are merit-based, meaning you come in and you decide your fate. Did I say that right, Manis?
Yeah, for an individual, we would not. We could help an employer with the paperwork and things of that nature to bring somebody over on an HB1, but that person is essentially. I don't know how else to say it except it's not totally accurate, and I guess it's politically incorrect, but that person is property of that employer.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as that employment contract is in place, that person has to basically not only follow the laws of the U.S. government, but has to follow the rules and regulations of that particular employer. If that person leaves the employment, if he leaves that job, he has to find another job with another HB1 sponsor. And our main help is to help those transition out of the HB1 into a truly either a B1 or B2 type category, where it's permanent. They can take any job they want and work for anybody that they want, or work for themselves.
Yeah, and I would add that a lot of these deportations that we're seeing are situations like that, where someone might have lost their job, and when you have an HB1 or H1B, you only have a set amount of time to find a new job before you become ineligible. So when you hear people overstaying their visas, sometimes that's what's happened, is their H-1B, they lost their job and they can't find another employer that has that slot for them.
Yes and no. I don't necessarily see it that way either, because if you lose your visa, you lose your employment as well, your ability to get employment, because your visa has an employment authorization, along with it. So if the employer, if he doesn't check out your ID or your citizenship or your status correctly, then he is also in trouble. So what is it? The I-4? I don't know what. I forget what it is, but everybody fills it out. When you get a new job, you fill out that form,
Mm-hmm.
and you show your driver's license or whatever, and your proof of citizenship. So, I would say that those who overstay their visas, they're working under the table if they're working at all.
Yeah. Now, we had another question come in, just more of a general question that was more along the lines of just how hard is it to find an IT job in the United States? And I can maybe field that and give you my take on it. I haven't been in the open job market for some time. I run my own little consulting business. I can tell you that it's not as easy as one would think. It used to be there have been times in the industry where you could post your resume and in 3 days you would have 5 offers. People would be coming and knocking on your door. It's not the case anymore. So a lot of the low-hanging fruit has been weeded out. A lot of low-level programming jobs, low-level testing jobs are being taken over by AI, or AI is being integrated into the workflow. So what I tell people from an IT perspective is fundamentals still matter. So what I'm looking for, if I was to hire somebody, is I'm looking for someone who understands the process of taking requirements and translating those into actionable technical design. So a lot of times, like I said, in the era of vibe coding, it's very easy for someone to be able to say, I know how to program. Because you can tell an AI, write me a program to do X, Y, Z, and then you don't understand what it's produced. So we're still looking in the United States for people with high quality computer science, AI, engineering degrees, people with a good solid consulting head, someone who knows how to run a project, someone who knows how to manage people. So it's not all about how many lines of code you can write anymore. It's more about understanding how to build systems. That's just my opinion. But
yeah, I see it as more coming into either a physical or digital nomad type land, where just as an example, the company that Mikhail is working with, Playrix, I think that's, if I have the name correct, has a basis of 4 good games, and that's like the cash cow for that company. And everything else, that they try or whatever, maybe it succeeds, maybe it doesn't. And I see a lot of companies, they have their base now, and they have their core products, their core games, their core programs, and yes, they are trying to build out, to new ones, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't work, they shut it down, and all those IT people now have to move on to the next one. And it's either physically or digitally, so.
yeah, we're finding that a lot in AI now. Is
Yeah.
that people put AI on their resume, say, I know AI, and the company hires them and realizes very quickly that they don't really understand the AI. They've just written a few prompts. So I would say to those tech people in the audience is that a thorough, deep understanding of the data structures underneath AI and how transformers work, how these systems are really producing the output, is a pretty fundamental understanding these days, technically. So yeah, in terms of hiring there, if you do have that solid AI knowledge, I mean, look at old Mark Zuckerberg. He's offering $100 million salaries. There are small companies that absolutely can't hire any AI talent because all of the big companies have taken it off the market.
All right. And one of our audience members is asking for Kier's opinion on the job market for IT professionals. So, Mikhail, what's your take?
On job market in
Yes.
the US? Well, I heard something that, the market has become tough in recent years. I think there are two major factors that affected it. First, COVID, if you remember, that there was a thing. And
Yeah.
second is, yes, AI. So when COVID struck, there was lots of money printed, and everyone just flooded with money. So companies hired with no accounting whatsoever. But after that, money ran out, and so company were forced to become very picky about who they keep and who they have to let go, because money turned out not to be endless, and some employees bring value and some, well, not so.
Mm.
And with the rising of AI, to elaborate on what on Eric said, lots of people write resumes with AI, and companies again are forced to use AI to analyze those resumes. So you are lucky even if your resume is seen by an actual human being. So first challenge you have to overcome is to bring that to a real human. And how do you show, how do you prove that you have all that background which Eric talked about? Maybe you have it, but again, a human has to see it, a human has to recognize it. And even after that, you might end up in just a first interview and go somewhere from that, because there are multiple stages in the process of hiring.
Okay.
In my own experience, I didn't have to actively look for a job for a long time, because again, there are, well, call it connections, because usually someone working somewhere says, well, we have a position, and you look like a person who will feel it great, so let me connect you with our HR, and so on. But it's not always like that. And somewhere inside me, I'm even a bit scared of that moment of coming to a public market and just posting my resume as everyone else in that big pile.
I hear you. I'm the same way because I haven't done it in a long time. And you're right, with the applicant tracking systems and all the AI. That's one of the advantages of partnering with an organization like Brain Drain, is because that's one of the things we do is we see who knows somebody who might be looking for some brains to bring over.
Yes.
So we help user connections too. But that's what I see in the market as well. Absolutely agree.
Yeah. Okay. And how long have you been at your current position?
2 years and a bit.
Okay. And you say you've been at it for 10 years. Where were you before? Were you always in gaming, or did you have other aspects of IT?
Well, it turned out to be gaming most of the time, but again, after shifting to backend and infrastructure, it's more like a more general area. So when you write in server, it's less relevant. Either you write it for games or for financial processing or for cryptocurrency. There was an experience. So I consider myself pretty much versatile in this matter.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it, make sure I can understand it. So you concentrate on the real technical infrastructure, as opposed to the flowery games or the products. You just provide the infrastructure so that it can operate.
He's helped building. He's helped building the pipes
Yes.
and the foundations. Yep.
Well, not exactly. What you're speaking of, it's more like a system administrator or DevOps engineer. Well, I'm interested in that, and I do that as a part of my job. But what I also do is I am actually making the part of actual product, but not that part that everyone sees on their phone, but that hidden part that the phone communicates with.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I was putting in the words incorrectly, but that's essentially you put it better than you phrased it better than what I did. So let's put it that way. You know, you're not the guy who sits there in his little hovel somewhere and tries to come up with a game. You're the one that actually makes it work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can say so.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So what do you think of the TikTok algorithm?
Well, I'm just having fun with it. It's one of the things that brings me some random content and expands my little bubble, if you compare that with YouTube, for example. So, well, I like it.
Oh, I'm just curious as a backend engineer. I would be curious about what the algorithm is doing. That's
never thought of that in such deep terms.
All right, catch me up. What are we talking about?
Oh, I probably got a little too tech geeky, Manus.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, do we have any other questions coming in here or comments?
We have something in there that's written in a different language that I can't read.
Yeah. Well, that's for tomorrow then. Why don't you translate that? Did we answer that question?
It was a question from Mikhail father about sorry that he didn't speak English.
Oh.
Yes, and I have a question. Most people know about Kazakhstan from the movie Barat. Tell me something about Kazakhstan. Are you comfortable living in? Do you miss for St. Petersburg?
Well, I like it here. It's warm and sunny, and Kazakhstan has its own unique culture, and it's very welcoming. Especially after St. Petersburg, where you don't see so many sunny days. It's gloom and cloudy most of the time. But I miss St. Petersburg a bit because this is where I was born. I grew up. Lots of familiar places, and my father, who is surprisingly joined us, he is there right now. My parents are there. Some of my friends are still there. So yeah, there are still things that connect me to St. Petersburg. Nevertheless, I also like it here in Kazakhstan, Almaty, where I am right now. I said about culture. About people. People are very welcoming, very open. Everybody smiles. Everybody welcomes you. So it's a very warm and cozy feeling of just being here. I do feel welcomed.
How big is Almaty?
I don't remember the exact population number. It's not as big as St. Petersburg.
I was going to say you must miss some things of the city. Going out and yeah.
Well, in this regard, Kazakhstan and especially Almaty is very modern. So, for example, one thing you can notice is when you go to some shop, I don't know, just at the bottom of your apartment, and you want to buy something, you can pay with a QR code from your mobile phone. So not just cash, not just a credit card, but a QR code from a phone. Every small shop just selling vegetables in the middle of the street, they accept QR codes.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
also in the bus, you can also pay by QR.
the societies that went mobile first, it's interesting how they developed. QR
This
codes.
is another interesting thing that when internet developed, I mean e-commerce in other countries, you had an internet shop, you had your own site to represent your company in internet and so on. Kazakhstan seems to have skipped all that and jumped straight to the social network representations. So for some business, you can have an Instagram page, you can have a WhatsApp bot, but no just a conventional site. So it works here a bit differently.
Interesting.
And
Interesting.
how do you usually spend your weekends in Almaty?
Well, again, I am more of a home sitter. So yeah, for this weekend, I've been on a horse riding trip. That's rather unusual for me, and I'm a bit tired, but still think that's worth it.
Yeah, it's a horse riding culture there in Kazakhstan. Yeah, part of the culture.
Yeah, very big and strong part of our culture, and I am attracted to horses, and I would like to know more about not just riding them, but handling them, working with them on ground, building trust, training them, that kind of. Well, I like that.
Nice.
Okay. Is there a large community of Russian expats in Almaty?
Well, I think there is, but I don't communicate lots of with the Russian community here, so a bit of a loner here. Again, a bit of a habit and a bit of a remote work culture. So I work from home, and all my colleagues are not here; they're in different countries. So even though we have an office here, I have no reason to visit it because again, I can do all of my work remotely.
So there's no breakfast club like they have in Tashkent. That's the advantage that they have in Tashkent.
Yeah, I've been there once and got into that breakfast club. Very warming atmosphere. I felt what it means to have a local community of people which share the same idea, same cultural background, same I don't know, just look at what's happening and future plans from the same side. This is also the place where I felt warm and welcome.
Okay.
Eric, I have a question for you. Which US state has the most horses?
Which U.S. state?
Texas.
Well, I grew up in Dakota, and there's a pretty big equestrian culture there. There's a lot of horses in Montana and Wyoming. I would put my bet somewhere in Montana, Wyoming, if I had to guess. Did you look it up?
Sorry,
I
I did
would-
always want to
guess
know why
Texas
do you call
or
that
Kentucky.
equestrian? Is this a real thing or is just My Little Pony meme?
Say again?
Where does the word equestrian come from? I always wanted to know.
Oh, equestrian is just equine is the noun to describe something to do with horse. So it's an English word, equine. So the person who deals with horses is called an equestrian.
Huh.
That's the English word. Equestrian just means a horse person, a horse specialist.
Ah,
Yeah, thank you. Never knew that.
Yeah.
all right. So which
Well,
state has the most horses?
did you look it up tomorrow?
And I have another question.
Well,
What
you
does
got-
your what
you gotta
what
give
does
us
your
the
girlfriend do, Mikhail? What does your girlfriend do?
Oh, she also works in IT. She's a QA engineer working for another company, but still making mobile games. So I work with Playrix. We do casual games. She works on a 3D shooter game, and she's testing it.
Oh, okay.
So is she an actual tester or is she QA managing QA?
Closer to actual tester. So actually running the game on device, checking the map, checking all weapons, that kind of stuff.
There you go, kids. You can grow, you can have a job. You can get a job playing games for a living.
Don't tell my son.
So according to GPT, yeah, Manus, you got it. Texas by far. Recent
Yes.
estimates put Texas at 750,000 horses. If you meant per capita, horses per person, that's going to be Oklahoma.
Ah, okay. All right. Okay.
Are there any other
But not
questions?
Kentucky.
Well, that's where the Derby is. But
Yes, that's the only reason I came up with it. Ah, Kentucky. Yeah, but okay. All right. What other activities? This was your first weekend for horse riding, correct?
Well, not first. I had a similar one exactly 1 year ago. So I
Oh, okay.
decided I have to repeat that.
All right. And what other outside activities do you do when you're not riding horses and not working?
Well, not so much about outside activities, more of inside. I'm one of the things I'm interested in making music. So I write my own music. I know.
nice, me too. Hmm.
Oh,
And again, gaming, play games. I love it.
so you work in the gaming, and then when you're not working, you start playing games.
Yeah, the difference is I play a bit different kinds of games from what I develop. So I'm more of a hardcore gamer.
Yeah, I don't imagine
I'm trying to remember titles I'm fond of. There is a game called Factorio where you make a factory and try to automate everything. That's very close to my engineering mind, and this is an addictive game for engineers, actually.
Did you ever play Railroad Tycoon?
Maybe sometime very long ago. I know there is a good remaster, but never came down to it.
I like those games too, where you build the city or you build the railroad, and yeah.
Yeah.
Another one, I watch a lot of StarCraft, the first one from '97, because they still do hold competitions. There is a pro gaming scene in Korea. They have tournaments every year, so I follow it pretty closely. Not playing myself though, because looking at pros, I know I can't and I won't be able to play like them, but it's always interesting to watch.
And you're studying Japanese, so you must be into the anime and the manga.
Yeah, I'm somewhat into anime culture, and this I think one of reasons for studying Japanese. I've met with this culture through anime, but with passing time, I come to understand that this is another big culture. It's more than just like anime. It's languages, traditions, and so I'm interested in that also. And language is just a bridge that connects me to it. So yeah, while I'm watching anime now, I understand about 10% of being said. The other 90% still subtitles.
So we have one more question here that came in. You may or may not know this, but so we ask all of our guests. So if you could land in the United States tomorrow, if you could say I can choose anywhere I'd like to go, where do you think you would like to move in the United States?
Well, I'm naturally attracted to California because, again, big tech, Silicon Valley.
Good choice.
Yeah, but I know there are some other good options, but I'd have to conduct more research because it's very responsible decision to make.
Yeah. And what about if you were to move again tomorrow? You know, if magic happened and you won the green card lottery and you could come tomorrow, what would be your concerns about coming to the United States? What would be some things you would look for help for?
One of concerns I've already mentioned about my significant other, so she could also find a job. And connected to that, cost of living in general, because yes, the salaries are good, but also the rent is high. In some places, so that could be an issue. The other concern might be healthcare in general, because again, raised by Soviet culture, I'm used to free medicine. For example, just a couple of months ago, I had some problems with my kidney. I just called an ambulance. It just came. They bring me to the hospital. They treated me. They gave me some meds, some shots, and no questions asked other than show us your ID. So you get treated, you get sent home when you're okay. So I heard that in US it's a bit different. So either you have a medical insurance and you have to find a hospital that's in the system, and if you don't, you're going to be charged for some tremendous amounts of money, because again, all the industry is built to work with health insurance, and some prices are bigger than they should be because the insurance will pay it. But if you happen to be without insurance, I mean the clinic not on the system, then all the price lays on your own shoulders. And I have some concerns about that. Not used to that kind of system.
That's definitely a change, and that's as an American, I can say that's definitely something we could improve in the United States. because that can be a problem for people coming from a different system that don't understand the system here. And you are correct. You can have a simple problem and you can end up with a bill for several tens of thousands of dollars just from a simple problem. However, in a state like in California, for example, if you can't pay your bill, there are some financial assistance that you can get through the state. So a lot of times there is some assistance available as well, but yeah, it's harder than other countries for sure.
I would say that it is a little bit, well, it's far more complicated than it needs to be. But it is something that can be navigated where the costs are not nearly as frightening as advertised.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it takes a little bit. I mean, it's like the immigration system. You know, it is more complicated than it needs to be, but it can be navigated through. It can be worked and whatnot. So,
well, friends, we are coming up on the hour. Does anyone have any final thoughts or final questions? Manus?
I just wanted to say that as soon as Mikhail and his significant other, as he keeps referring to her, when you're ready, just reach out and we'll get you started. It's one step at a time, and you know, we'll get you started. We'll get you here. But
absolutely,
I would welcome you as a neighbor.
Absolutely, we need people like you. And if I had an idea in the hopper, we'd be talking about developing something.
Oh yeah.
But in the meantime, we're always looking for people to help us out on Brain Drain too. So
yes. Okay.
So I guess we'll give the standard plug, Manus, that you know, if you enjoy these broadcasts, keep tuning in every Monday. We hope to bring an exciting new guest every week and give you just a different perspective. Like today, we got to look at Kazakhstan. Many of our United States audience have probably, like you said, never met anyone outside of Borat.
Yes.
So if you have the means, we certainly would appreciate your support. You can see us at braindrain.work/donate. You can follow us on social media. You can sign up for our newsletter. We hope to get our September newsletter out the door before the month's end. Always good news, never any spam. And of course,
we're at a critical time here. It's a situation where we need as much help as we can get in order to get the help, because we have some major players that are lining up, and they're kind of like, as long as we don't need their money, they'll give us a lot of money. So, you know, but again, whatever you can do to help is going to help us get there and help bring these people here and establish their lives and have a good home for everybody. So
awesome. Well, that's a perfect note to end it on, Manus. And thanks again, Mikhail, for taking the time. And we'll see you all again next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this and maybe even learned something new. If you did, don't just vanish into the algorithm. Hit like, subscribe, and follow us on social. It's the easiest way to support our work and make sure you never miss what's next. Want to stay in the loop without relying on big tech's mood swings? Sign up for our monthly newsletter. And if you've got the means, donations of any size keep our programs running strong. As a 501c3, Your gift is tax deductible where the law allows. Together, we can turn brain drain into America's next big breakthrough.